everybody. Welcome back to Detour Ahead, the number one Nimona Stan podcast on the internet. I am your host, Riely, joined, of course, by the number two Nimona Stan, me obviously being the number one Nimona Stan, the number two Nimona Stan, Colo.
I'm here.
We love a Nimona in this house, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Nimona's a great girl.
Colo
Probably the best rival we've had.
I literally, the
welcome.
biggest.
Fuck. Okay, you cut
ahead.
me off. I was gonna do a bit where I also do the intro randomly.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. You have the floor.
No, I already said it, so it doesn't matter. I'll do it in.
Okay.
I'll do it in a future episode because I think it'll be funny on a duo cast where like you do. I just thought of it. I should have did it. Said something beforehand where like we both do the intro one after another and just go with it.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was a podcast I was on that we all did the intro just like in sequence. It might have even been a Pixels episode where just like Gingy did the intro and then I did the intro and then like you did the intro
I
or
feel
like somebody
that was
else.
I don't think that was planned. I think it was literally just us just fucking.
It was
around,
us being stupid. Yeah. But so it is my biggest regret now. We recorded the Pokemon Scarlet Violet First Impressions PVH last night as of when recording this. It's already out by the time you're hearing this. And I did it one day before I beat the video game, and I feel awful because I have so much to say about the end game that I didn't get to say. I love them. I love the squad, man. They're so precious, all of them. Love the friends. Best friend rivals ever in the history. Fuck the X and Y kids. That's obvious. Fuck the black and white kids too. Fuck Charon and Bianca. Nimona, Arvin, and Penny. Fucking beautiful. Great group. Love them all. Love the little adventure you go on at the end of the game. Love them all. Especially Nimona, obviously, as this is the number one Nimona Stan podcast on the internet. But Arvin and Penny too. Everybody's great. And Miraidon. You can't forget about Miraidon. Just the forever friends. It's beautiful.
Did you do your Pokedex yet?
I mean, I haven't finished my Pokedex yet. Fuck no, but I've been working on it.
Do you know any Scarlet people who can get you the Paradox Pokemon?
I assume you are a Scarlet person from whom I could get the Paradox Pokemon.
Do you want your? This is a legitimate question. Do you want your own, or do you want a touch trade so you have the Dex entry?
I could touch trade. I just want to fill the decks.
You don't want your own?
I mean, I'll take them if you got them, but I'm not too vexed.
I can go catch them, and I can go find them. So it can't be that. It's not that hard. You just got to give me a little bit of time. I could probably take care of that tomorrow.
You know, the unfortunate thing of seeing a Paradox Pokemon, I was totally ready to replace something on my team. But unfortunately, it just did not work out because obviously I'm not going to replace my starter. And I chose Quaquaval. I saw Iron Bundle, and I assumed he was Ice Steel. And I was like, yes, I want to use Robot Delibird. Give me Robot Delibird right now. And I was going to replace my Titan, who was the Ice type on the team. But then I saw Iron Bundle as Ice Water, and I'm like, well, I don't want to repeat typing, and I'm not going to replace my fucking starter, so I guess I'm not using Robot Delibird. that was unfortunate.
Very. No, my team's looking pretty good. Have you gone after the Legendary Quartet yet?
No, I literally the credits just rolled, and then I went to Clavel's office, and the champion was like, "Go fight the gym leaders again," and I was like, "Okay," and that's where I stopped the game for now.
All right, can I spoil one for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Let me get you an in-game picture so you can see this beautiful little boy, this beautiful little Pokemon. That's Jason. Hold on. That's Jason. That doesn't go to Jason. This goes to...
That's not Jason. That's not a Jason. That's a Riely thing.
This goes to you.
Okay. What?
He is an ice dark snow leopard.
He looks like a mongoose.
He's a leopard. He's a mongoose. He's a leopard moose. I don't know what he is, but he's on my team. He's as big as Koraidon and Miraidon. So he's a big boy.
Big boy? Okay.
and I nicknamed him Socks.
Are you using Koraidon actively?
No.
Okay.
Besides riding, no, I don't use the legendaries on my team. I never put legendaries on my team.
I usually don't. I like
I
when
don't
I
put Bach. Let me rephrase that. I don't put box legendaries on my team.
yeah, that's fair. I usually don't either. I did consider it briefly the last couple times because now I'm like in the last couple times excluding Sword and Shield because who gives a fuck? Fuck that game. Uh, but I played Sun, and the way that the plot sets up the cover legendary, I was like, I really want to use this guy, but then I was like, no, I don't want to fucking break the game. And basically the same thing happened here because I am very attached to Miraidon and how he is characterized at the end of the game, and I was like, he's my boy, he's my hero. I kind of want to use him, but like that's cheating. I gotta do some gym leader rematches, and I kind of don't want to just steamroll through them with Miraidon. So he's gonna remain a motorcycle.
Yeah, so this thing's on my team. It's an ice type. I do have 2 dark types on my team, Meowscarada and this one, but that's the only one I'm going to spoil, just because it's on my team. I'm not going to spoil any of the other ones because they're 2 of them are okay. The other one is 2 of them are cool, and the other one is like, and 2 of them are like really good. I like designs, but
Have you caught all of them yet?
I have the shiny charm. Yes.
Okay, so the one, oh, you do have the shiny charm, sick. The one question I will ask you, and I don't mind if this spoils the existence of another one of the 4. So in your experience, based on their like move sets they come with and shit, who's the most annoying to catch? Who should I throw that M ball at?
Oh, I haven't thrown the M ball at anybody. I still
Oh.
have it.
Well, I mean, the only legendaries in the game are the ones they give you for free, is the one they give you for free in the quartet, right?
No, you get the quartet, you get your non-transferable legendary, and then you can catch the other Miraidon that's in the game.
Oh, there's a second Miraidon. Okay.
Wait, in your story, is there not 2 Miraidon?
No. There is 2 Miraidon, but you don't get to catch one. You just beat them up.
Yeah. If you go all the way back down there, he's still there. You can
Oh,
catch him.
okay.
So
Sick.
that's the transferable one. There's the one that you ride that you cannot transfer out of the game, which is
So
why they gave you a second one.
maybe that's what I'll throw my M ball at. I don't know. I gotta throw it at something. I'm not gonna throw it at a Pidgey. Honestly, I
No,
would throw
I
it at a
keep
Pidgey
it.
because I kind of want to use a Pidgey, but there's no Pidgey in the video game, so
No, I always keep it.
you just don't use it.
No, I don't use it. I haven't used it yet.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like handouts.
I guess. I mean, it makes it. I think it makes life a lot more convenient if you, especially if you're finishing the Pokedex. You're like, okay, I gotta go fight all of these legendaries and go like get them to red and put them to sleep and throw 7,000 Ultra Balls at them. It's not. It's nice to have one free one. Like, okay, I got 6 legendaries to
I
catch.
get that. I get
I,
that. Yeah,
I
I
get one.
also like the
I get one
challenge.
free. Buy 6, get one free. Legendaries.
I kind of like the challenge though. Not gonna lie, but I don't know. That's just me.
Fair.
I forget what I caught Koraidon in. It was either a Premier Ball or a fucking. It was
What
either an
the
Ultra Ball or a
fuck?
fucking Premier Ball. I don't remember. My Switch is downstairs, so I can't tell you which. But
Also, when do Charizard raids end?
tomorrow.
Like what? When tomorrow? Like at the end of the night, or
I'm assuming it runs from the 1st through the 4th and the 14th through the 17th or some shit like that.
oh, so it's coming back?
Yeah, it comes back in a couple weeks.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to participate. I don't really like Charizard. I don't really care for Charizard.
You see, where I'm at right now is like I have this strong like Pokemon fever going, and like on the one hand, the concept of rematching every single gym leader and then doing the Ace tournament sounds sick. But also, while I'm on this Pokemon kick, I'm thinking maybe I should go back and deal with some of the main series Pokemon games I haven't beaten, because there are only 5 main series Pokemon games I have not beaten, and I really want to get that number down to 0. That is the hope. I have to beat Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, which I've basically all but beaten, but I was doing an
Honestly,
Emerald.
you could just play Emerald and you get the same experience for all 3.
No,
So,
no, 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 no. I'm playing one version, not all 3. That's not what I'm saying. Just
yeah, so the one version
one
you play
version
is
of each
Emerald.
mainline game. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna play Emerald, of course. If there's an enhanced version,
Like
that's the one I play.
yeah.
Um, I'm saying one version of each mainline game. You know, not every mainline game, including both versions.
Each generation.
Each generation and like remakes also. Anything that's considered a mainline game, but just not both of them, you know.
Understandable.
So the 5 I have not beaten yet. I have not beaten Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I've gotten very close, but I was doing an Emerald Nuzlocke and I died at the last Elite Four member. So have not quite beaten Emeralds yet. And then Black and White 2, I have not beaten. And then it's just Switch games. I have beaten Sword and Shield, but I've not beaten Let's Go, BDSP, or Arceus. So those are the 5. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, Black and White 2,
Have fun
Let's
with
Go,
Arceus, buddy.
BDSP,
Just saying,
Arceus.
have fun with beating Arceus. It's a lot of fun, and it's really frustrating.
Okay. Do I have to get to Arceus for the credits to roll, or is it after you beat the crazy guy?
Have you fought the crazy guy yet?
I've not fought the crazy guy, but I've gotten the crazy guy spoiled for me.
Oh, okay. So you already know that it's basically a 3-on-1, right?
That I did not know. I just know you fight the crazy guy at the end. I just didn't know if the credits roll or if you have to get to Arceus for the credits to roll.
I don't remember when the credits roll, to be honest, but you fight crazy guy. I forget what his name is. He's got a team of 6, and it's if you're on par, it was difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, so you do that, and immediately after, no healing. You are immediately.
What the fuck?
So you fight basically what is the equivalent of the champion of the region, basically, in this battle, right?
Yep. And then you fight like Dialga and Palkia.
No, you fight Giratina.
Ah, shit.
So you fight him wielding Giratina, right?
Yep.
And after you fight Giratina, I believe he's in land form. He's got legs.
He got legs. Okay.
Yeah, he's got legs. Immediately after that, again, no healing, he goes into origin form.
Fucked up. It's fucked up.
You are given a team of 6 against basically 8 full Pokemon. All wielded by the champion.
Doesn't Black and White do that to you? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I don't believe they let you heal between N and Ghetsis.
But like, yeah.
That fucked me up as a kid. That's like the hardest Pokemon boss fight I ever remember doing, and I beat a lot of Pokemon games as a kid, was N and Ghetsis in Black and White. It was rough. But Colo, how's your week been, buddy? How you doing?
Good. I worked 46 hours this week, so I determined that I will not be going into work tomorrow on Sunday.
Fun. I worked 19 hours this week because I had an awful sore throat I couldn't get rid of. It's still not gone, by the way. It's not too bad right now, but it's still sore. I don't know if I have strep or what it is, but it just won't go away. So I went to work Monday and Tuesday, and by the end of Tuesday, I was like, my throat's fucked up. I don't know what's going on. I went out with my friend Patrick, and I smoked weed anyway, even though my throat hurt. Probably not the best decision. Didn't help. And then I wake up Wednesday morning, and it's like fucked up. So it's like, all right, I'm not going to work like this. I work at a fucking teleservices company. I'm not talking on the phone like this. So I called in on Wednesday. And throughout Wednesday, it fluctuates. Like it's bad, then it's okay. Then it's bad again, then it's okay. And then I'm like, by the end of the night, it's like, all right, this is mostly gone. I'm sure I'm gonna wake up in the morning and it's gone. Thursday, worst it's ever been when I woke up in the morning. So I called out again. Same thing. It fluctuated throughout the day. Then Friday rolls around. Same fucking thing. Wake up, worst it's ever been. So I did call out again, but then I took cough medicine. This is the first time I got my hands on cough medicine throughout the whole ordeal. And also I had taken aspirin earlier, just a little bit earlier. And then the throat was mostly clear for that moment, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to work and work part day. So I worked 5 hours on Friday. By the time I was done working, the sore throat was back, and it has not left since.
Oh boy, it sounds rough.
It sucks. I probably have strep because I don't know why else I would have a sore throat for a fucking week straight.
Yeah, my week has been rough. As you'll hear in the in our time travel episode.
That will
Did we
come out on
talk
the
about that?
21st. Yep. We've already recorded the December 21st episode of Detour Ahead is time travel is the topic, and we already recorded it. That's the bit. We're doing a little time traveling.
Yeah, so that was recorded this past Tuesday. So I had already clocked in on Sunday and Monday 23 hours.
Yeah.
Out of the 46, out of the 4 days that I have worked this past week, I have clocked in 46 hours.
That's
23 in 2 days.
That's pretty wacky.
But I had an extra 3 on Tuesday, which was nice, but yeah,
Yeah,
so because I got 6 hours worth of overtime, I decided to not have 8 hours on 8 to 9 hours of regular time on Sunday, if that makes sense.
yeah,
I was
gotcha.
like, 6 hours of overtime is equal to 8 or 9 hours of regular time, so I call off. I was gonna call off either way, right? It was either Friday or Sunday. I chose Sunday.
For sure. The having time and a half and being like, how many hours does this actually count for is a very powerful tool. So
Oh, shit, that's what I was supposed to be doing.
telemarketing teleservices companies, they work for different programs, a lot of them, like there's different contracts and shit. So the program that I worked primarily was closed on Thanksgiving, but I was trained in another program that was open, and I was like, I can't afford the paycheck dip, I have to go in. But I was like, it's time and a half though, so I could leave 2 hours early and I'm cool. So I only scheduled myself for 5 hours instead of my usual 7, and it was based. You don't get to take a lunch though. That's the only bad thing. Is I work
Oh,
for
I mean,
5 hours. I don't get to take a lunch.
Amazon allows us 2 15-minute breaks and an unpaid 30-minute lunch.
Okay, that's a bit
Since
better than
hold
that's a bit
on,
better than me. I get one
no.
15-minute break and a 30-minute unpaid lunch.
Do you take those though?
Yep.
Here's the thing.
You don't take them?
I have taken 2 15-minute breaks since February.
My man, you get paid for the 15-minute breaks. How
I
are
don't
you
have
not taking them
time.
all the time?
I don't have time to take them. It's either I do that or I don't finish my route. That's the catch-22. I'm allowed to have almost an hour off every day if I wanted to. However, that screws up my entire day of delivering, and I can't do that.
I feel like the amount of deliveries they give you has to somehow be geared towards you hypothetically being able to take those breaks if you're
Nope.
not fucking lollygagging when you're delivering.
Nope. Nope. I run 180 stops almost every single day. That's
Fair.
about with like group stops where one stop is multiple houses or apartments.
Yeah.
I deliver to on average 200 to 250 different locations every single day.
Yeah, it sounds like some scummy Amazon bullshit to me then, that they give you these breaks, but they do not give you the necessary time to take them.
Nope. Nope. That's fine. It doesn't bother me if they start coming and yelling at me. I'll be like, drop my numbers, and I'll take breaks. If you don't drop my numbers, I won't take breaks. But
Yeah, fair. So I've got my crying story that I told you that I had. That was part of my adventure today. So this morning, not this morning, it was like the afternoon. My mother invites me to go out with her and her roommate. They're gonna go to a bar, see a band, go to another bar, see another band. And it ended up being a good time in the end. I'm glad I went, but like at the same time, I probably realistically would have had a better time just being at home alone. But the thing is that my brain is not capable of saying the word no in a lot of scenarios when I overthink things. And one of those scenarios is if somebody asks me to go do something, regardless of whether I want to do it or not, if that person is fully aware that my alternative activity would be sitting at home alone playing video games and watching TV, I feel obligated to say yes.
That's very interesting to know. I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna text you tomorrow. I'm gonna text you on one of your days off, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you want to go do this for a couple hours?" And you're gonna be like, "No." I'm gonna be like, "What? Are you just gonna sit in front of your TV all day?" And then you're gonna be
God
like, "Fuck,
damn
I'll
it.
help."
No, no. He knows. He knows. So yeah, I get shaved, I get dressed, I fucking go out. And I just end up in like an awful mental state for the first half of the day. Like, I don't know if this is what spawned it, but this is kind of what like started. I was already a little grumpy, and then like I tried to take a nap in the car while we were driving to the first bar, and my mother like yelled to wake me up so I could fucking Google how to get to the bar, because between her and the other person in the car, they can't use fucking Google.com without my assistance. So that increased my grump levels, and it just like pushed me into like a mental dark state for like the first hour of the day. So I'm sitting at the other bar. Probably doesn't help that I'm sitting alone at a table because they're sitting at the bar and I can't sit at the bar, so I'm a baby. So we're only at this first bar for like an hour anyway, but I'm sitting at the table alone. I would have been fine if I was in a good mental place, but I was not. And I'm sitting there just like fucking pouting basically because I'm just like really pissy. And then I just like I get in my own head and I start thinking about how I start like thinking about all the awful things that are going on in my life. My brain just starts flashing like your childhood hero hung himself 3 weeks ago. Your father doesn't love you, and I'm just like sitting there. And I just start crying, and it's like the worst because I'm like I'm in a public place. I don't want anybody to see this. It's really embarrassing. But like once I start crying, it is very hard to get myself to stop physically. Like even if I've reached the mental point where I'm like, I understand why I'm crying, I don't need to be crying over this. Once like the floodgates open, it's hard to close them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. I've while on my way back from like delivering, like my entire day will be done, and I get to go home. I'll have like these random fits of like either unbridled rage, where luckily the Amazon van cannot go over 70. But I'll literally just full foot down and I'll just be angry as fuck, or I'll literally throw on my very very specific playlist and be sad the entire time home
Yeah,
for
yeah,
no
yeah.
for no reason, and it's literally usually it's just stress based.
Yeah, I get you. So, so yeah, I start crying, and I'm like, "Oh God, oh fuck! I don't want my mother to see this. I don't want to upset her. She was nice to offer to bring me. I've already been a fucking grumpy asshole this whole time. I don't want her to see me fucking crying alone at the table at the bar and like ruin her whole day." So like I'm trying to like wipe my tears and like trying to hide the fact that I'm crying from the general public. And I feel like I'm doing an okay job until this just like random blonde tattooed blonde woman walks up to me and starts trying to console me. And
Oh,
so fun fact, guys, anybody listening to this podcast, PSA, usually you see somebody at the bar crying and you don't know them, you trying to console them will have the opposite effect due to the embarrassment that causes. So I'm sitting there trying to stop crying, and this blonde woman is like, "It's gonna be okay. Do you need a hug?" And I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm fine." And she's just like, "Okay, it's gonna be okay." And my mind, I'm just like, "Please get me out of here, please." Like it's like the most embarrassing shit that could ever occur.
fuck, that's rough. That hurts. Just hearing that hurts. I'm just like, oh man, I can like see myself in that situation. I'm just like, I don't like that. I can see myself in that situation, but I know that'll happen like one of these days.
But yeah, that was embarrassing. Looking back on it, the girl was pretty cute. I probably should have taken the hug, but it was very embarrassing.
Yeah, I can't stop playing video games while on podcasts. By the way, I'm sorry.
God damn it, Colo 2. Fuck.
You want to guess what? You want to guess what I'm playing today?
Wow, I wonder what video game Kolochi was playing right now.
You'll actually never be able to guess what video game that
Okay,
Kolochu is
so
playing
it's
today.
not Pokemon Scarlet.
No, I already told you the Switch is downstairs.
Oh shit, you did say that.
Uh-huh.
What are you playing?
You'll never guess.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just leave it at that then. I
Do
guess
you,
I'll
do you
never
want me to
guess.
tell you? Because it's gonna bother
Yes.
you?
I already know you're playing a video game. You've already bothered me. What video game it is will not bother me any more or any less.
Tetris. It's a good mindless game that annoys the fuck out of whatever you're supposed to actually be doing.
Yeah,
It was a
fair
good
enough. I mean,
it was I will say, it was a good school staple.
true. True.
The minute they were
Man,
like, "Yeah, we're gonna implement laptops and shit into the schools," I was like, "Ah, bet, stupid idiots."
the fucking battle between like, because I went to a school where like they gave us like iPads and then for the last 2 years laptops that we used like all the time. They were what we used for everything in school. We brought them home and did homework on them too. And it was just like this endless war of like us finding websites to like play video games or listen to music or like do other assorted dumb shit, them figuring it out and blocking it, and us finding new shit, and it was just like an endless cycle. Um,
You
did I
see,
tell the math teacher story on this show? I told it recently. I remember it was on this show.
I have no idea, but you see, so the issue with my school, because I went to school a lot earlier than you, I was in that new, hey, maybe we could do this because this seems like a good idea
Cole,
era of
if you're gonna fucking play Tetris with your keyboard, get a less clacky keyboard or turn your fucking noise cancellation on, you piece of shit.
you're just gonna make me want to clack louder.
Fuck you.
No, I'll go play something else. Anyway, so I was in like the era of school where integrating technology was still relatively new. Like we were my class was the first to actually do this. Like I think I was a junior in high school back in 2014, 2015. Yeah,
Okay.
2014, 2015. Back when like laptops in schools were for teachers sort of era.
Well, I mean, that probably lines up to where when I had iPads, but like our school was a special case. So
I thought you were gonna say special cool, and I was like,
eh, it was a special school, but not in the everybody's mentally challenged way. Quite the opposite, actually. I went to a fucking genius school for middle school and half of high school, and I did not fit in, which is the reason why I did my other 2 years of high school somewhere else.
it's not bad. But a majority of my junior year was spent playing Minecraft.
Let's go!
Because we figured out that Minecraft you can play locally. So me and like a group of kids would
LAN party!
we were doing LAN at school, and like it was fun. Also, this was the era of stupid teachers who didn't know what Alt Tab was. So
Yes. You see, the endless war at my school was like we would make a distraction out of literally anything. So we like our behavior would actively discourage our teachers to use like online games as a teaching tool, which is like part of the whole point of giving us devices in the first place is to do that sort of shit. But then they show us like an educational game that we can play like multiplayer, and suddenly we're playing it in a bunch of classes that it's not relevant and instead of doing our work. Like they introduced us in our digital design class. They introduced us to Nitro Type because they were teaching us how to type fast. What Nitro Type is, for those unfamiliar, is it's a little browser game where you like make an account and there's like ranks and levels and shit. And the whole point is like you race cars, but to race the race cars, you like type a thing. It's a typing speed turned into a car racing game, and we played the shit out of Nitro Type just all the time, forever. What a beautiful time in my life it was. The Nitro Type era.
yeah, no, technology in school was like very, very dangerous when I first, like I said, me and a bunch of kids were playing Minecraft online, like through LAN, because we were all in the like relatively same class for the most part. We had a few stragglers in other classes that couldn't join all the time, but It was a fun time. It was great. Outside of that, it was usually Minecraft, Tetris, in like the early days where security was like really really hard to get through for some reason. And so like with mine, the security was very tight the first semester, and then the second semester, everybody knew everything about the security to the point where they literally just turned it off, or they just
Yeah,
like
it's just like
they blocked like porn
doesn't work
sites and
anyway.
shit like that, like the obvious ones that people wouldn't go to at school. But like the other good game was Bloons Tower Defense. That was another staple of just sitting there mindlessly doing nothing and just letting it
Yeah.
run. But
Man, they were awful with the blocking at my school, and as far as I know, nobody knew how to get around it. So it was just like the endless war of like finding unblocked shit to do until it gets blocked, and then it's on to the next new craze. I remember one of the biggest like battles. This is like the only win we ever got, I think. And unfortunately, the website shut down shortly after because it was very much an illegal website, and I'm pretty sure the guy who ran it got like arrested or some shit. It was a website called Groove Shark, and it was literally just like stream whatever song you want. This website is very brazenly illegal, but it was like it was a pretty publicly known service. I'm surprised it even lasts how long it did. Like it has a Wikipedia article and shit. People knew about Groove Shark. It's basically just like fucking Spotify, but all the music is not actually licensed and it's stolen. And
interesting.
we found Groove Shark, and we were using it to listen to music. And at some point, Groove Shark got blocked, but thankfully, the dance class, the heroes, they came to our aid because the dance class was using Groove Shark to practice their routines. So they all like went to the principal about it, and he unblocked the website. It was fucking sick. They had to unblock Groove Shark so the fucking dance class could do their work. So we all got to use Groove Shark again. It was great. And then Groove Shark got shut down because it's a very brazenly illegal website.
God, I popped on Facebook just because I can multitask, and that's well, I can multitask, but I can't single task.
Yeah, it is harder for you to do one thing than it is for you to do several things at once.
100%, yes. I have to multitask, or else like my focus is awful in terms of like doing one thing at a time.
For me, when it
So
comes to like recording a podcast, it's just like sometimes I can multitask, but it's very difficult. When I'm having a conversation, it's hard for me to do anything else, even outside of podcasts where like I'm in a Discord VC and like I'm supposed to be like uploading a YouTube video. I'll just like get distracted by the conversation and then not get what I'm supposed to be doing done. Even though it's not even a podcast, it's just like I'm having a conversation, but I get so engrossed in it that I don't do anything else. That's why I don't do anything during podcasts, is because it does distract me if I try, and then I just get like absorbed with the conversation and I stop doing it anyway.
I mean, it depends on what the pot like PVH. I usually don't play games because I do pay attention. This one, I pay attention just enough to be able to hold a conversation really really well. However, I will get distracted and bring it up because there's no rules.
It's no,
There's no rules.
no rules here. This is the wild, wild west.
So it was just a Florida man thing, and I thought it was funny. It's just Florida man.
Florida man.
So Florida man knocks on woman's door at 3 a.m., punches her in the face, and runs away.
Let's go. What a hero.
I saw another one earlier today from I think the same person. It was Florida man too fat for jail cell.
What the fuck? Is the man a fucking cube? How is he too fat for a jail cell? Is this fucking
just like
Box
this
Man from Smosh?
just like this
Like
podcast,
big?
Florida has no rules.
True. I used to do a podcast about Florida Man. That one did not last very long. Because my co-host was Andrew, and we went on to do a different show for 100 episodes. So our Florida Man show did not last very long. We had Gingy on our last episode. I don't remember if that ever came out. I think that audio might have gotten lost. Maybe I'm wrong though. I know the last time we ever recorded that show, we had Gingy on, and it was funny because he did a bit where he played like a Florida song as like a joke through the music bot, but the song that he picked happened to be already our theme song, and he didn't even know that. So it was really funny.
Wow.
He plays it. I'm like, Gingy, why are you playing our theme song that already played at the beginning through the music bot? And he's like, this is your theme song? I just put on a Florida song.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Florida Man's great.
Florida Man is great.
Have you seen the so I sent this to Penguin trying to get her on Ohio TikTok. Just because it's really,
Ohio
really
TikTok?
yeah, you know how there's like different subgroups of TikTok that people can get involved in, like
Yeah. I'm aware of TikTok subgroups. Yeah. Yes.
yeah, like the ones that are specifically in that. If you're not in that group, you don't get those videos. So I sent her this one. Do you know so let me I do know this dude's name. Alright, cool. Do you know the bald dude pointing his finger billboard pictures?
No.
Tim Misney?
Tim Misme?
Yeah. Do you want to look it up, or
No.
do you want me to send you shit?
Send me shit.
Easy. Bet. Alright. So I'm going to send you the progression of this dude's billboards. Alright? He's a lawyer, right? For medical
Yeah.
errors and bad accidents. So it starts off with give me 1 second. I want to find all 3 that I've seen so far.
Wait, am I about to watch 3 TikToks?
No, I'm sending you pictures.
Oh, pictures. Okay. Either way, it's bad for an audio medium, but it would have been really bad if I was just watching TikTok.
No, okay. So it's a dude in a nice. No, I can. It's real easy. It's real easy to. I'll actually send it in the Detour Ahead podcast because I never send anything in there. So it is that Tim Misney. If you look him up, he's in Ohio. Like I'm assuming he works exclusively out of Ohio. This is on Ohio TikTok. So it is this bald lawyer dude who does shit for, like, he's a defense attorney. A defense attorney?
That is, yeah. Okay.
That's the one who fights for people who are suing other people, right? I don't know. Anyway, he does shit and gets people money for lawsuits and shit.
That's a lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer. Yeah.
Lawyer.
I don't know my fucking terms. Shut up.
A defense attorney is when you get accused of a crime.
Okay, he does the opposite. He accuses people of shit.
Well, if you're talking criminal cases, that's a prosecutor. If you're talking lawsuits, that's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. I'm over-explaining now, and you're confusing me.
Okay.
So, because this is an audio medium, and y'all don't have pictures of this, look up Tim Misney billboard. If you want to get specific, you can do Ohio, but that works too. Are you
gonna post it?
Yes, I'm getting to it. It is
slow yacht.
It's a bald dude doing that, pointing at you in like a nice blazer. And this is the first one that came out. It says Misney makes them pay medical errors and bad accidents. So he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So the second one has come to the exact same dude saying, "I'm Tim Misney. You know what I do." He doesn't say anything on his billboards anymore. It doesn't say that he's a lawyer or medical errors or bad accidents.
Everybody knows who Tim Misney is. They know.
That's the whole point. Is you don't see the first one anymore. You don't see the legitimate billboard. It literally just says, "You know what I do now." So the most recent one that has been coming up is literally just this.
Yes.
This dude has gotten rid of all of his taglines.
It's literally just fucking half of his face. He's doing the fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson eyebrow raise. You can't even see his mouth or the top of his head. It's just like the fucking middle of his face.
And it's just his eyes and the bridge of his nose, no mouth. And that's it. And this dude's just completely no words, no nothing. And every single person in Ohio knows exactly what that last billboard means.
Let's go.
So I found this and I was sending it to Penguin. Anytime I see Ohio shit, I send it to Penguin because she hates Ohio. So I think it's really funny that I send her all these Ohio TikToks just because I'm trying to get her into Ohio TikTok for literally no reason. I just think it's funny because I see those like every day.
I'm Tim Misney. What a hero this Tim Misney is.
Oh, there was another fucking billboard that I saw, and it's changed since I saw it, and I need to find it again because the tagline was "Roads are racist," and I never saw it again.
Roads are racist. What is the argument for roads are racist? Like,
I don't know. I'm looking this up.
I'm trying to think about like what that could be realistically. Maybe they're saying that races are taxed unequally and the taxes go towards the roads. I'm trying to think how roads could be racist. And I'm really having to stretch to get to a logical conclusion.
I can't tell you. I don't understand why.
Like, I'm trying to, is it like a taxation is theft thing? Is it like
Probably. I don't know. I can't find it, and I wish I knew. But all the whole billboard, from what I remember, just said roads are racist. Billboards are unhinged sometimes. I love billboards. They're so fun.
Billboards do be kind of unhinged from time to time.
Like, you get the normal ones that are like, "Hey, casinos are over here," and you're like, oh, "Okay, that's cool." Or they're like advertising shit. And then you get the one like Tim Misney, where it's literally just his face and no words. And if you're not from Ohio, you have no idea what this dude means.
Like, but if you are from Ohio, you're like, oh yeah, that's Tim Misney.
Like, if I started with the third one that I sent you of just his face, and I said, this dude's a lawyer, you're gonna be like, how do you know that?
Can somebody remake the Tim Misney billboards, but with Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad?
But I've been meaning to get that off my chest. I wanted to talk about this dude on this podcast at least once. Because I think the progression of just his face, because everybody in Ohio knows who he is, it's great. This dude starts with like a tagline of Misney makes them pay, and then he's like, yeah, everybody knows that now. You know what I do. And then he continues to like whatever the opposite of elaborate is, get more vague, and goes, everybody knows who I am.
Now, just like
throw a picture up there.
Once a month, he's just gonna like change all the billboards and zoom in the face by like 1%.
Until it's just the eye?
Like gradually, until it's just the eye, yes. Real quick, I do want to say, before I even say it, because I know immediately your response, I will not spoil anything, because I know you're going to say it the moment I say this. I will not. I'm just saying something about the fact that I have watched it. I did finish Better Call Saul Season 1 recently, and now I'm really antsy, because my whole thing with Breaking Bad and with Better Call Saul is we're doing seasonal review podcasts on the Issue Crew, and we did Breaking Bad Season 5, and I was like, okay, El Camino and Better Call Saul are two very separate entities. I can watch El Camino, but I can still also watch Season 1 of Better Call Saul and finish them both, and then like I don't have to wait on Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
We were supposed to review El Camino like a month and a half ago. We haven't. And now I finished Better Call Saul Season 1, and I'm getting real antsy. We need to fucking review El Camino, and then we need to review Better Call Saul Season 1. My fun... Kathy, Jason, Demi, and... there's one more. Mo, that's him. Calling you out. we gotta do those. Have you seen El Camino yet?
No.
You should go watch it.
Gage, not Gage, and I are supposed to watch all of Breaking Bad stuff together, but he doesn't want to watch stuff. So I literally
Well,
bothered him like every day before Pokemon came out, and I was like, "Hey, we should watch this. You said you would finish Breaking Bad before Pokemon came out. El Camino is technically Breaking Bad." He's like, "Well, Better Call Saul." I'm like, "No. Better Call Saul is Better Call Saul. El Camino is technically Breaking Bad."
El Camino is literally picks up where Breaking Bad leaves off, like it's Breaking Bad.
That's what I was trying to tell him, and I'm like, "Bro, I'm about to watch this shit myself, but
It's
I
like
know I'm not
even though
going to."
there were a few
So
seasons of Better Call Saul out before El Camino came out, but they have nothing to do with each other.
yeah, I figured. But oh, I don't know if you keep an eye on my YouTube channel or not. Guessing Pokemon Cries. Uh,
Yeah,
it tanked. It was rough in terms of like the weekly views.
yeah.
It didn't even hit 20 in the past week. By the way,
Oh, fuck you. Oh, didn't even hit 20 views. Most of my videos don't even hit fucking 7 views.
okay. Ever
So,
since Pokemon I Could Take in a Fight came out, which completely took off and sitting at 855 views right now. I had 43, 37, 46, 51, 74, and then Guessing Pokemon Cries got 19. And I was a little butthurt about it, and I was like, oh, wow, you didn't even hit 30, because that was the lowest before.
usually, so before the video, uh, the my average views were like 0 to 5.
Oh, no.
And
Before, there's a few that were like, I want to say before I came back. Actually,
there was like one
before
big
I
Clover
uploaded
one.
Legendaries and Mythicals tier list, before that, I was lucky to get double digits. I was extremely lucky if I got double digits.
Yeah, no, I'm still lucky because even after the big boom, like I used to average like 0 views. A good video would have like 5, maybe 10 if it was like a really wacky day.
Look, for the
Um,
past like since October 15th, right?
uh-huh.
I have had nothing but double digits past 30 every single week, which is why I'm butthurt because this is the first one that hasn't reached 20 yet. And I'm like, I'm a little butthurt, but like I'm not upset. I had fun making the video, which is why it got uploaded.
Yeah, it's like that's how I operate. Like I don't even give a single shit about view counts. My view counts are high, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." But like I just do the videos to do the
I'm not a
videos.
slut for view counts. I'm not a slut for them. However, doing almost 2 full years on YouTube, 1 full year on YouTube with the year break, basically, and getting nothing but single digit views on my
You
videos,
did the
sometimes
Scarlet and
even
Violet tier
0.
list without me, you bastard. How dare you?
Shut up.
You fucking traitor.
I did that when you weren't able to. Shut up.
You
I
didn't
needed
even bring
content.
it up.
It was a spur of the moment sort of thing.
God damn it. Okay. But
Besides,
anyway,
I'm trying to
what I
engage more people on my YouTube channel, all right? I don't want every video to be you and me. I
why not?
want because I went and created this whole fucking thing, this whole brand new banner with Penguin View, Jason, my 2 roommates, and Gingy. I added everybody up here. These are like 6 good friends.
Why do you always say your 2 roommates like Val is not a very known figure in this circle?
Because I forget. I legitimately forget if I talk about like who knows what.
And
All
so
right.
is fucking Gooch Massa. He's in your on your YouTube video all the time.
It's a weird mix of like these two have their own internet personas and they're also my roommates. So it's like a awkward balance of
Yeah,
like
no, I get it, but like, I get it for fucking Gooch Massa, but Val just goes by her real ass Christian name on the internet. We all know her.
anyway, it's Gooch Massa and Lone Wolf, technically.
Yeah, but like everybody knows her as Val. She goes on a podcast and they call her Val. Like people know her name.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, those are my 6 closest friends on the internet.
Oh,
And
kind of like the issue crew are my 6 closest friends on the internet.
huh, that's crazy. I don't remember being invited to the issue crew.
Well, you would have been you would have been first on the list if Mondays at 8:30 worked for you. For the record, it's simply a scheduling thing.
I'm not butthurt. I'm not like.
You're an honorary member of the issue crew. It's just
Well,
that
yeah,
simply the
that's why I'm
scheduling
in.
does not work out.
Of course, I'm basically a member of the issue crew. I just don't get on the banner. That's it.
You're the fringe like issue crew member.
I'm the backup, 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 backup. Like it's you and all six other people cannot make it. You will turn to me and be like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Look,
yeah. That's the bit is that if even one of us can make it to a podcast, the podcast has to happen. We're like super determined about making it once a week. If there's ever a week where all seven of us can't make it,
I do the
it's
issue crew by
Colo.
myself. It falls on me. I'm the only one." It's gonna be. You do realize that if you ever give me that power, I am introducing it as the issue two, and I'm gonna bring my own group
The
of people in.
issue too. Yes, I love that a lot.
I'm gonna bring Gage, Val, Penguin, and Gingy in, and we're gonna go do the issue two.
The issue too. Yeah.
The backup crew, the stand-ins.
The issue crew B squad. Fuck, what was I gonna
but
say? I don't remember. It's over.
but yeah, so I'm a little butthurt that guessing Pokemon Cries only got 19 views. I'm
Oh
not like
yes, like 15 minutes ago, I was gonna say something about my YouTube views. Shut the fuck up for a second and let me finish. So before my big video, it was like 0 to 10 on a very good day, 10. And then Breaking Bad Nintendo DS title screen came out, which everybody knows got like 500,000 views, and I got like 400 subscribers from it. But when it first came out, I had like a view boom on everything else, and that nothing ever nearly reached a fraction of the actual video in question. But like, I was getting pretty high double digits for a while, and then it kind of started to peter out. And now even with fucking 400 extra subscribers, I average like 7 to 10 views, like said no, like 7 to like maybe 20 or 25 on a good day.
see, that's the thing. That's why it's crazy to me because I only have 75 subscribers here. I get because of Pokemon I could take in a fight Gen 1. Because of that one video, I gained almost 15 sub. I think like 15 or 16 subs in like that short week, and that bitch jumped up to like 800 views in a single week, and it was crazy. And ever since then, my average has been like 40, 50 views per video. And then I all of a sudden I hit 19, and it's kind of like a little shock where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to normal at some. However, I'm still gonna try and save it because technically we did a showdown video before Pokemon Scarlet and Violet tier list. However, I'm trying to revive it a little bit by playing the algorithm, naming it Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so people are like, "Oh, cool," and I get views. Hence why I'm uploading this and not the showdown video we did like 2 weeks ago. You gotta play the algorithm, right? You gotta do what the people want. Um, I do plan on at some point pulling people and like doing like a best 2 out of 3 on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Gen 9 and get some actual Gen 9 content out instead of showdown videos. But
Hey, you do have a capture card, huh?
I do have a capture card. It only runs at 30 FPS, but so it's a little rough, but I'm sure I haven't tried it with Pokemon yet. But I do want to get some sort of Scarlet and Violet content out there.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet are good video games. God, I love Nimona so much.
Nemona's a good girl.
She's so good. She just really loves to battle. So do I.
Did you go to school?
I a little bit,
I didn't
tiny
do
bit.
I didn't do anything in school.
I took a
I
few.
went and did the little mini story about the nurse and how she got her teaching degree, but that's
Yeah,
it.
I've
That's all
done
I wanted
that.
to do.
I've done a lot of the social link stuff, but in terms of like classes, I did some home ec. I did enough battle studies to take a midterm, and did not get to any other tests in any other classes. I took a little bit of home ec, a little bit of art, and like a good bit of battle studies, and that's it. I took battle studies because I kept thinking there was gonna be a real battle in the battle studies, and it just kept being like the bell would ring, and she's like, "Ah, shit! We were gonna do a battle, but we don't have time. Maybe we'll do it next class." And they just like keep doing that every single battle studies class. And eventually, I kind of figured out the bit. I'm like, I'm never battling in this battle studies class, am I?
Yeah.
There was one class, I believe it was art class, where the best teacher of all time exists. Professor Gibble, famous famous Yuva Academy teacher, Professor Gibble. In the art class, they like teach about like terrestrialization and like
Oh,
how
I know.
pretty it looks or whatever the fuck. Fucking Professor Gibble, I love him so much. He's he's a good boy. He's a good professor. He he got his fucking PhD.
So the one little headcanon that I was presented on TikTok earlier today was, so in Galar, like the gym leaders, that's their job, right? Like they are like professional athletes. They get paid to be gym leaders, right?
Well, I don't think they bring that up in Galar. They do bring that up in Paldea. Fucking Larry literally talks about how he's a fucking salary employee.
Well, no, that's what I'm getting at is Larry works multiple jobs, which kind of shows that the gym battle is just kind of a side thing for students. Not everybody goes through the gym challenge in the Paldea region. Because if you notice, they don't all have like really nice stadiums or anything like that as they did in Galar.
That's true, and they do mention that like I think it's implied that Nimona has been champion rake for some amount of time, and they also straight up say that nobody has passed the fucking test since Nimona.
Yeah, like it's just part of the curriculum where it's like, hey, you could go do this if you really want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Like they literally in the Elite Four, it's you beat Rika and she's like, oh yeah, I guess I should call out the first person or the next person. You get what's her name? Poppy?
No. I think Rika calls out Poppy no problem, but then when it comes time for Poppy to call Larry, she's like, "Oh shit, I forgot. I don't usually have to do this. Hey Larry."
Yeah, which is crazy. I'm still mad because they were like Larry, and I was like, oh shit, my boy Larry's coming in. So I go and throw Palma at the front of my
I
team,
did that too. I had my
and he's like, oh
Quackbobble in
yeah, I have
front.
flying types now, bitch. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, Larry, normal type, Quackbobble, water fighting, got it." And then he had flying type, so I was like,
I think
"Well,
they did that on purpose because they made him a normal, so you're going to default to fighting, and then they're like, ha, fuck you. He's a
God,
flying type now.
fuck the Larry Elite Four fight." I told Colo this before we started, but like, it was the only fight where I had to use healing items, and I had to do it in the scummiest way possible. If I just had to use one, it would have been fine, and I think I could have done it that way if I had max revives. And there were no max revives anywhere in the fucking video game that I had been through up until that point. And then literally right after I beat the Elite Four, I go finish the fucking Nurse Miriam story. She gives you 10 max revives. It's like, wow, I really wish I did this 15 minutes ago so I could have dealt with Larry without having to do it in the stupidest way possible. Which, I mean, his fucking Flamigo two-shot everything, pretty much. It's like, even with the
Yeah.
max revive, I would have been in trouble. So what I eventually had to do, I had to do it in the stupidest way possible, where I was like, okay, his primary attacks are close combat and Brave Bird. If I use Pokemon who are weak to Brave Bird and I just keep revive spamming, he will eventually kill himself with Brave Bird. And that's how I beat Larry. Every other fight in the Elite Four and the champion as well did not use healing items. But Larry, I had to sit there and fucking revive scum. It was the worst.
I think the entire Elite Four, I used one max revive during battle.
You know, I had to
I
go
healed in
crazy. I had to
between.
go.
I
I had to go.
healed in between.
I healed in
Obviously, I
between
healed in
too.
between, but
Obviously, you heal in between. But yeah,
however, hold
no
on.
healing items
The other
except for
thing I
Larry,
did,
where I used like 17 revives.
the other thing I did was
Yeah,
I didn't use healing items. I utilized Palmot's move, Revival Blessing.
revival blessing. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, using moves is fine. People use like
It's
you.
technically a free revive in battle, which I'm waiting for him to get banned in competitive because of
He
that.
should get banned from fucking competitive. The dude, Odin used revival. I battled Odin. Like he was the first like person I battled in multiplayer. I've only done two. I've done one against Odin and one against you. But I fought Odin and Odin had a fucking Palmot and he used revival blessing and I'm like, this is awful. This is gonna fucking crack competitive in half. Like what the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
I haven't tried adding PP to the move yet. I don't know if you're allowed to because it's only one PP, right? So
Okay. But if you give it
yeah,
a
you can only use
yeah,
it
PP.
once. But I don't know if you can add like a PP up. I don't know if you can add to it with like you can with other moves. So like if you just bulk up your defense and SPDF with Palmot, you can just spam Revival Blessing to revive your whole team in battle.
Honestly, I'm just like really pissed about all the little changes they made to competitive. Like it doesn't affect core gameplay. Like I still love these games. But like all the changes they made to like move sets and like the moves themselves and the abilities, it's like why? Competitive already worked. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to make it stupid. They just like destroyed stall and I'm real mad about it because they're just like, oh, hey guys, guess what? Recover, roost, any move of the sort. Say goodbye to 10 of your PP points. They 5 now.
Yeah.
Just go
Did you know?
fuck
Oh,
yourself. They
did
they
you know?
nerfed
Oh,
Protean. They what
do you know
else
what
did
else
they
they
do?
nerfed?
What they
Did you know
nerf?
they got rid of hail?
Oh shit! I know
It's
snow is a new
snow.
thing, but I didn't know they
No,
also got
it's
rid of hail.
hail is gone.
For some
It's now
reason, I thought it was
snow.
both.
No, it's now snow.
Oh,
However,
you're gonna boost the defense of your ice types. Big deal.
by
Now instead of being a piece of
50%,
paper, they're a fucking reinforced laminated piece of paper.
the ice types are now in ice typing in snow
They're
gets
two
their
ply now.
defense boosted by 50%, which I think is ridiculous.
I don't think it's that's kind of the boost ice types need though, because ice type is like the worst type because they all have shitty defense, and even if they don't, ice is like the worst defensive typing. So you can still, even if an ice tank exists, you can still fuck them over because they're weak to everything under the fucking sun. So maybe this is cool for ice types. I feel like it might make like Avalugg impossible to kill. So that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
to be fair, yeah, or Obama Snow.
Well, Obama Snow,
If
you
you
just
don't have a
Obama Snow, you
fire
just
type
have to,
though,
yeah, Obama Snow, you just have to drop a fucking burning ash from your cigarette onto his head, and he's fucking dead.
it's like Gastrodon with the like just a single leaf falls on his head and he just faints immediately.
You know, I've seen that meme with Swampert. It's like the I guess I'll die, like old man doing the shrug, but it's a fucking mega Swampert. You're about to get
Yep.
hit by a single leaf. Guess I'll
Oh
die.
well, guess I'll die.
A lot of weaknesses are like fucked up, man. Like
Can
I
we talk
understand
about
why
the
they
goddamn
exist for
fucking grass fire type? That the first grass fire type is garbage. I
uh
hate it.
you don't like them?
Scovillain.
You don't like
Scovillain.
Skullvillain?
I don't like the design. It looks like an awkward middle stage evolution, and it should have had a third stage.
You see, it wasn't what I was expecting because the first form is a fucking kappa, and I was super into that. I used one. Like, unfortunately, I did have to put it away. I knew I would have to because I got him, and he was just a grass type, but he was a pepper boy. It said in the Pokedex he's a spicy pepper boy. So I'm like, I already have a Sarah Ledge. This thing is going to evolve into a grass fire type. I'm gonna have to box it. But I used fucking Kappa's Kid. I boxed my Dolive, and I used Kappa's Kid for a while, but then it came time for him to evolve, and it came time for him to get boxed, and my Dolive got back into the game. Not because I didn't like the design, but because I already had a Ceruledge, who's like my favorite new Pokemon, and he's a fire type. So Skull Villain had to go.
Ceruledge is bitter sword or bitter edge or something.
The Bitter Blade, it goes hard. It's great.
It restores your HP by half,
Dude,
or up to half.
having a Swords Dance sweeper with an 80 base power stab move that has draining for sustain, it's
80? No, I think
fucking
it's 90. I think it's 90.
it goes so hard.
It's
It's
broken. I don't know why they
amazing.
decided to fuck competitive up so much this year.
Well, I don't know. There are definitely checks for Sarah Ledge. He's fast, but he's definitely like a middling speed tier. He can definitely be outsped by speedy threats and dealt with promptly because his defenses aren't that great. So like
I
there
mean,
are
yeah, if you have
counters,
a
but
Quaquaval on your team, you can easily take care of Ceruledge. It's not hard.
if you get a Sarah Ledge running and he's got like an SD up and he's maybe a little fast, or like if you could find a way to get him on the field and get him fast and get him strong, he could fucking slice through. But like that's easier said than done. Maybe if you give him like a speed berry. That might be the meta, is to give him a speed berry, try to get one Swords Dance off, and then they hit you and the berry gets procced, and you start trying to sweep with fucking Bitter Blade. That's probably the competitive way for Sarah Ledge.
What's its hidden ability?
I don't know.
Abilities?
The
For
way the evolution
abilities.
works is so annoying because it's so late in the game if you're actually going like the balanced level route. It got to the and Charcadet is so bad. Like Charcadet cannot stand on his own past like level fucking 25. It got to the point where I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, my Charcadet, it fucking awful. I need to evolve this. How do I evolve it? And it's like, go kill some Sinistes. Where are the Sinistes? In this place where all the Pokemon are like 10 levels higher than you. It's like, welp, time to sequence break. And I swam through seas full of Palafins that were like 10,000 levels higher than me. The perilous seas to get to the Sinistes, which weren't that hard to kill because I had a Luxray with Crunch. But the Sinistes still outleveled me by 10 levels, so it was still annoying. But I did sequence break. I got the Sinistea chips, and I evolved my Charcadet somewhere in the 30s, and it was I was much better off for it than
So,
waiting until the
Ceruledge's
40s.
hidden ability is weak armor, by the way.
What is a weak armor again?
When hit by an attack, the Pokemon's defense is lowered by 1 stage, but speed is increased by 2.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing,
That's
actually. Holy
broken as
shit.
fuck.
Holy shit.
This dude just needs to live 1 hit and he's immediately sweeps an entire team.
That's broken as fuck.
Charcadets,
Not as broken as fucking Houndstone though. They really fucked that one up.
yeah. If you want to get the hidden ability on Ceruledge, you're gonna want Flame Body on Charcadet.
Okay, is that also a hidden ability?
Yes.
Okay.
Charcadet almost always comes with Flash Fire, but if you find Flame Body, then you will get Weak Armor on Ceruledge,
Oh, are
and you
hidden
will.
abilities just like rare spawns now? Like they can be found in the wild?
I have no idea how hidden abilities work in this game.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know that the Charcadet line shinies are absolutely dog shit. They're garbage, and I'm like legitimately pissed about it.
Man, a godsend. They added this, I believe, in either Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield. They added the mints.
Oh
And the
yeah, you
mint
can find those actively like out in the wild.
yeah, you can find those, and it's great. I remember, I believe they're a lot harder to get in Gen 8, if I remember right. I remember it was just like the best feeling in the world, because when I played through Sun, I had a Raichu, and a Alolan Raichu, and I don't like when I catch a Pokemon to use on a team, it's gonna be that one. Like no matter what, even if it's shitty, I'm not gonna go try to find a better nature. When I catch the Pokemon, that's the guy. So I had an Alolan Raichu with a down special attack nature. and like all the time he would just barely not one shot things, and it was the most infuriating shit in the world. And then I transferred my Sun team to Sword and Shield because I was using them to play through Isle of Armor because my actual Galar team was way too fucking over leveled for Isle of Armor. So I transferred my Sun team in, and I got to feed my Raichu a mint that made it up special attack instead, and it was the best feeling in the world. Just like finally you will one shot things instead of just barely not one shot things. That Raichu was just like the biggest jobber. Like I love Alolan Raichu so much, and that Alolan Raichu was my precious baby, no matter his flaws. But it's just like he would come in, he'd hit a super effective move, and I'd be like, come on, come on, come on, come on. And they'd always like get knocked down to the red but not die. Like that was what the Raichu did, was knock something down to just barely not dead and then get killed.
Oh my god, Grievard has a good shiny. It's yellow. It's a little yellow dog.
Yellow dog, let's go.
I actually have not had a chance to like look at all the shinies yet, but Houndstones is okay. Instead of white, it's like a brown. But
Fucking Houndstone.
Farigiraf is red and white.
I'm trying to remember. There was another really, really broken. I think Iron Bundle had something really broken about it. I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Fucking Robo Delibird is now banned to Ubers. He might not even be. Houndstone might not even be Ubers. He might be like. He might be living with Mega Rayquaza now.
Yo, what? Okay, Iron Bundle shiny is all silver. All silver.
Yo, that's sick.
Bro, that's so cool. It's a little silver Robo Bird.
That's so sick. Dude, I love Iron Bundle so much.
I do not know what would make this thing broken.
I'm waiting for, because Iron Bundle's available way too late in the game. I'm never gonna, even if I Nuzlocke Scarlet and Violet, I probably wouldn't get a chance to use one. So I'm just waiting for like the first really good ROM hack with Paldea Pokemon to come out, and just hoping that Iron Bundle is available at a reasonable point in the game, so I can use a Robo Delibird.
That would be cool, yeah. Oh, since we're on the topic of Pokemon, here's a little bit of speculation. I'm sure you're gonna do a DLC speculation on our other podcast, Pokemon Variety Hour. But
Probably, yeah.
because I'm thinking of it, do you think we're going back to Kalos this region for
See,
DLC?
every region I want it, but I never get it. So
If you pull up the map, you know the little landmass in the top right corner?
yeah.
People are saying that could be Kalos because Kalos is technically connected.
Please.
Because France and Spain are geographically connected IRL.
Game Freak, please. Masuda, I will suck your cock. Please.
It's gonna be these. Someone's gonna pull this up in a business meeting, and they're like, "Sir, we have a deal." You're gonna get a goddamn email, or one of us is gonna get an email, and it's gonna be in Japanese. You're gonna, God damn it! Imagine though, if you could get what you wanted in any Pokemon game, and that's all you had to do. Fuck.
Suck Masuda's cock? Yeah, I mean,
I
I'd
don't
do it.
care. I don't care if I can go back to any generation. Like a lot of the games are like, yeah, they're not connected, so it's not really like reasonable. You know what I mean? Like the only reason
Scarlet
we
and
ever went back.
Violet Hoenn DLC.
Imagine they send us back to Hoenn.
It's just like, get on the boat, bitch. You're going back to the water.
No, but like going back to Kalos would be like the perfect place because it is technically geographically IRL connected.
I
And there's
would.
that big landmass where they don't allow your legendary to climb it.
I
Now,
would I would buy the
The same
DLC.
speculation was for Galar though too, technically, but
I would buy the DLC. I would buy Scarlet and buy the DLC again. I will give Game Freak every fucking penny I have to thank them for giving me Kalos again.
now the only frustrating thing if they give us Kalos is Mega Evolution will not be in the game.
Hey, DLC can do more than put a region in there, buddy.
I don't think if we do go back to Kalos, I legitimately think that they are not going to allow Mega Evolution.
You can't do Kalos without Mega Evolution. You can't do it. It can't be done. It won't be done. Kalos and Mega Evolution are so intrinsically linked that if they put Kalos in the game, they're certainly putting Mega Evolution in the game.
Either that or they pull some sneaky bullshit like, Mega Evolution doesn't work in the Paldea region for some reason. Like stupid shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only way it will ever get added into this game. But
That
I
does
would
not
be ecstatic if we could go back to a previous generation.
that does not function lore wise at all because Mega Evolution works in Hoenn, so you can't say it's like a Kalos bit. But like
Yeah, but Mega Evolution is also two separate timeline type deal.
that's also true, so they could just be like, this is Kalos from the non-Mega timeline.
Exactly.
Yeah. But then you can't like reference any of like what Lysander did. Like it would have to be like a whole different Kalos at that point.
I mean, it was a whole different it was a different Team Aqua and Team Magma technically.
Yeah, but like not fundamentally. You can't even reference Lysander because like Lysander's whole thing has to do with like the Great Pokemon War and like the weapon and shit, which all only happens in the Mega timeline because that's why Megas exist.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it would be cool to go back. But at the same time, if we don't, I'm not gonna get disappointed. So
Bro, my fucking chair is gonna break and I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's all I have, dude.
what
It's my fucking big comfy chair that is now also my computer chair because the chair I stole from the kitchen fucking collapsed under me. And this one is coming. This one's gonna collapse soon too. And I gave up my fucking bedroom because I can sleep in here. And usually I sleep on the floor, but like not having the option of the chair is gonna suck. And then also I'm not gonna be able to like sit and watch TV or sit and podcast. And it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. And I really hope it holds out for at least another 2 weeks because I cannot pay for a new chair. This paycheck, this coming paycheck, which is it's going to be pretty much a full paycheck. It's gonna be like my usual pay. But I have shit I have to pay. I have to save some of it if I want to survive the next week because the next week is when I get paid for this week when I was out sick for 2.5 days. So definitely not going to be able to afford a chair that week. Probably not even going to be able to afford food that week.
Oh yeah,
So
no, that's the one thing that people always found crazy is like I'll be like, yeah, I'm broke as fuck, and they're like, oh yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm like, oh no, I can still go out, and they're like, what? I'm like, oh, if I go out tonight, that means I don't get to eat tomorrow, and they're like, what?
there you go.
The food budget is the first to go.
I mean, also my mother feeds me. Like I pay like pretty high rent, but she does my laundry and feeds me. That's basically the deal we have. Is I pay,
That's a nice deal, buddy.
yeah, I pay $150 a week, which is a little absurd compared to most people who live with their parents. But she does my laundry and makes me food, so it's a good deal.
That's not terrible.
So basically, I get to continue being a child for the price of $150 a week.
Fair, fair. God, I wish someone would do my fucking laundry.
Would be nice. It's a great life. I do need to buy more clothes. I need more work clothes bad.
See, I need less. I have the opposite problem.
I have plenty of around the house clothes because I've had them for like a long time. But my work clothes, I have like just enough shirts. Like for the 5-day work week, I think I have 5 work shirts. I got 2 pairs of pants. I had 2 pants.
I mean, since I work outside, all I have to
I'm
do is
at
wear black pants, so it's not that big of a deal.
I'm at the point, and
So
this is people are gonna find this gross. It does not get as bad as you would expect it to get. But I do have to wear one pair of pants for 2 days and the other for 3 during the week.
but like,
It's
see
not
what I
ideal.
did.
I need to buy more pants, but only after I buy a chair because I care more about a chair than a pants.
Riley, I was blessed. Um my chair was falling apart, and my old desk, which is now clothes, water bottle storage, and a shelf for pop figures, uh
Yep.
was too small for my current setup for my PC. So Christmas last year, mom and dad asked me, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "You know what? I want a new desk and I want a new chair." And I sent them the links on Amazon of the two things I want, and I got it. And I was like, "You know what? This was like $250 worth of shit that I could not afford for months." Christmas came around, and oh, I was blessed. This desk is nice. It's got so much room. I've sent you what the new desk look like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It fits a whole bunch of plushies right underneath my monitors. So it's nice. I'm glad I did this. So
Yeah, I just really hope this chair holds out. It's not going to. I'm basically sitting on a cushion that is being suspended by a bunch of bent, fucked up metal fucking framework. Like the cloth that like shields the framework is gone. And it's all like bent and fucked up. So it's just like a bunch of bent, fucked up metal that is suspending this cushion that I am sitting on, and eventually this metal is going to give way.
you got to get yourself a nice office chair.
I do. I need an office chair and like a recliner, but like I don't have that kind of money. I don't have 2 chair money. I have a 2 chair life that I need to live, but I do not have 2 chair money.
Look, I'm just glad. See, I get a lot of heat from my one friend that I'm from my one friend. She's like, "Why do you still have a twin bed?" I'm like, "Because nobody comes in my room. Nobody sleeps here except for me. It's my bed. It's perfect for me, and
What
it
if you get
fits
a
in my room."
girly friend or a boy friend
Either or.
or a they them friend,
Significant other.
a significant other? Yeah.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yep, that's the word. That's the all-inclusive word that I forgot until just now. The
Significant
significant
other.
other. Yeah.
Yes, it is the golden phrase. You say that, you don't upset anybody. But yeah, if they have a problem with it, they can go because I'm perfectly fine sleeping with by myself. I'll be a little upset, but I'm not gonna. I'll be a little upset, but then I'll throw Pokemon or whatever I'm currently watching on. I'll fall asleep. The next day, I'll be like, "Oh well."
Oh,
but but at the same time, I do not have room for anything bigger than a twin bed in my bedroom right now.
fair.
I have modeled everything to fit everything perfectly to where if anything bigger than a twin bed comes in this room, I have to remodel the entire room and start getting rid of stuff.
Damn.
Oh yeah, like there's like zeros. There's space, but there's not a lot of space.
Yeah.
But like everything fits comfortably. I can walk around my room. I can have like multiple people in here if need be. It's not like cramped. It's organized. Like it
Yeah,
literally
so
goes door, shelf, desk, bed, and then TV, and then shelving for pops. And that's the whole U-turn of the room.
yeah, so my setup was so originally there was a couch in here, and that was before I was like podcasting on my computer, so I didn't have to worry about much else except where I was putting my body. And the couch was great, but eventually the couch kind of like fell apart. It was already old when it was put in the house. And then my fat ass spent all my time on it and it died. And then the setup I had after that was I got this big like comfy chair that my mother got from a friend. And I also had a recliner, which was already in the room. I was just not using it. But then it came like, oh, I got to use my computer all the time for podcasting because now I have a computer that fucking functions correctly for podcasting, and my phone isn't working anymore. So it's time to make the switch. And I use the recliner as my computer chair. So I have my big, comfy, like stationary cushion chair in front of my TV, and I have the recliner as a computer chair because I didn't have a proper office chair. Then that recliner got fucked up. So I I had to get rid of the recliner because it like was broken beyond repair. And I replaced the recliner with a chair from our kitchen. Now this chair is a fucking metal, has like metal legs and a metal frame. I was convinced that it was going to be okay. This chair literally collapsed under me during a recording of the issue crew. Like I was just sitting there recording the issue crew, and then suddenly I just like feel like myself go down a little bit and like hear a noise, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's like the chair bends and fucking destroys itself. Just like live right there, I fall to the fucking floor. So that chair's broken. And my mom's mad about that, and I definitely cannot take another chair from the kitchen. So now I just have my big comfy cushion chair, and I switch it between being in front of the TV and being in front of my laptop. But now this one is giving way too. And at that point, I'm gonna have nothing.
It's called a beanbag on the ground, buddy.
Let's go. I mean, I could watch TV on a beanbag on the ground. It's just like podcasts. It's unfortunate, and like using my laptop, especially me and Jason's Berserk show, which I'm on camera for. That doesn't really work without a chair.
Yeah. I have no idea where my camera went. I used to have a camera back at my old house, and then the move happened. It's gone. I don't know where it is.
I mean, I just use my inbuilt camera. Like it looks fine. You
Well,
don't have an
I have
inbuilt
a
camera because
desktop.
you have a desktop. Yeah.
Yeah, so I needed a camera. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. It's fine. But so what are we naming this episode, by the way?
I don't fucking know.
Do you want to do Pokemon? I think we talked about Pokemon a majority of this episode.
Episode 12, Riely cries at a bar.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I need
Dude,
more
that
Pokemon.
was so weird. Just like all of my like emotions just like hit me at that moment. Just like fucking Jason David Frank killed himself. Your father doesn't care about you, and just like every other thing I'm ever sad about, it just like all hit me at once while I'm sitting there alone at a bar listening to a shitty cover of Sweet Home Alabama by this like weird hick band, and it just like all started coming out just live in public.
Oh, you were listening to a cover of Sweet Home Alabama? I'm surprised it wasn't Margaritaville. Isn't that all they play down in Florida? Is just Margaritaville all the
Yeah,
time? Everywhere?
there's actually only one song in Florida. It's Margaritaville. That's it.
Yeah, you get multiple versions.
Ron DeSantis made it illegal to play any other song.
You get Margaritaville by. You'll be lucky. If you're having a really bad day, the Florida government knows you're having a bad day, so they'll either send a random Florida man out to go do some stupid shit. So you read that on your phone, and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny, and it brightens your day up. Or you get to hear the actual Jimmy Buffett version of Margaritaville. All the other good days are just shitty covers.
Yeah,
But it's all Margaritaville all the time. You tune into each radio station and they're like, all right, up next is Margaritaville again.
yep. But the thing about this band is like the vocalist just like didn't sound good because like every country like song like Sweet Home Alabama, the fucking lyricist has like some level of like Southern country twang, but they also have some level of fucking the singing voice.
Yeah.
This guy was just all Southern country twang. This guy was fucking Dale Gribble up there on the fucking stage.
It'd be Southern rock, not country, by the way.
Fuck you. If
No.
it's Southern, it's country.
No. It is not country. Sweet Home Alabama is not country. It is Southern rock. There is a difference. There's a big difference. I'm a big music nut. You know this. I also
Fucking
took an
nerd.
entire fucking semester back in high school of history of rock and roll. So it is Southern rock, to be very specific.
Okay.
Look, that class was great. We went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. The second time, we were just like, we did that required class that the school makes you do on field trips. And then after that, we walked around the Hall of Fame for like maybe 10 minutes. And then the teacher went in Discord, added everybody, and said, "Hey, meet at the entrance." Everybody meets at the entrance in like 10 minutes. And we're like, all right, we're going to fuck off and we're going to go somewhere else for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It was a great bullshit class, but I actually learned a lot and it was really fun.
Dude. Clavel. I just thought about
Clive.
another Pokemon thing. Fucking Clive Clavel. What a
Clive.
guy. What a guy that Clive Clavel is.
Did you talk to the director outside of like any interactions that were like story based?
Not until like after, which made it weird when there were like references to Clive, and they were being vague about whether or not it was Clavel, even though I had already done the part of the story where he reveals that he's Clive.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about the dialogue options that we had with that conversation was he's like, "So, what kind of hairstyles are in with the kids right now?" And I'm like, "Pompadours, dude. Keep it going."
Yo, keep it going, yeah.
He's like, "Huh. I wouldn't have guessed that. I didn't know. I don't see many students wearing that kind of hairstyle anymore. Maybe it's coming back." I was like, "Yeah, it is, buddy. Keep it going."
Keep it going, keep it going. It's gonna be good. I like his like
That's
half-assed like
basically
fake.
I basically gaslighted the director.
I love his like half-ass fake Cassiopeia reveal, where he's just like, it's obvious he's fucking lying. It's really funny.
I actually didn't think he was lying at first, to be completely honest. I was
Maybe
like,
it's like maybe the first dialogue option gives you like a more general statement that you might believe, but he said it, and I picked the dialogue option that said that's impossible, and then he said, "Oh yeah, the Cassiopeia messages were pre-recorded. I did it with one of those techno new doohickeys." And I was like, "Okay, director Clavel,
I
let's
wasn't
just
paying attention to
let's just
that. I
fucking
was more
fight so you
paying
can tell me who
attention.
the real Cassiopeia is."
I was paying attention to the fact that he was like, "Yeah, it was me all along." I was like, "What?" I
No,
didn't pay
I
attention to
had that
anything
moment. I
after he
was like,
said that.
"What?" And then it gives you the dialogue option that's either like "how" or "that's impossible." And I clicked "that's impossible," and he gave like a half-assed explanation. I was like, "Yeah, it is impossible. Actually, there's no way this is true." And then it was obviously Penny. If I had thought about it for more than 5 seconds, I would have known it was Penny a long time ago. But I didn't know until it got revealed, and I was like, "Oh shit! Of course it was fucking Penny." Because the whole time I'm like, aren't you supposed to like battle Penny? Like I keep hearing about battling Penny, but we haven't battled Penny once. And it's like, oh, she was Cassiopeia. Okay, got it. Is this the first time that a Pokemon character has talked about like watching anime?
Yes.
Because that was really fun, dude.
That was my favorite dialogue. They were
The
like,
champion fucking pie faces her. It's so funny when she's just like, I need your help with patching the server. And she's like, but I have some anime I wanted to binge watch. And she's like, thank you in advance for your your very willing cooperation.
they basically just said, "No, the fuck you don't. Let's go."
Let's go, let's go.
But no, I love the dialogue option. I kept waiting after. So, in terms of like young kids slang, I'm gonna boomer myself here real quick. All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna out myself as not in with the hip kids of your day and age. Because you will say based, I'll say cool because that's different, and I would refuse to use based in this.
I keep trying to switch to sick, but it's like my brain is fucking infected. I can't stop saying based. I'm trying to say sick instead. It's not happening.
So at the beginning, like at the beginning of the game, at least beginning for me anyway, from what I remember, Nimona uses the term flexed, which is 100% Gen Z slang. She says Colo had to flex on them. And I was like, I swear to God, I will quit this game if she goes, wow, that battle was based.
Yeah, I would have. She's already my waifu. I would have like dedicated my life to
Hold
building an
on.
android of her if she said base.
I had a really funny like thing that I texted Gage the other day. Um oh, where is it? I kept waiting for this shit to like pop up. Some random trainer that you face to say this. I gotta go back in my fucking DMs with him, bruh.
Why does my Trico look different? Just restart the game. Oh, he's fixed. Thanks.
Oh, this is the one that I sent him. I was waiting for Pokemon Company to be like, you know what? We're gonna have a Gen Z kid just come up with a line for one of the random trainers you come across on the routes, and after you beat them, this is the line that they're gonna feed you as like that just stupid oh I lost type shit. You know what I mean?
That was
So
cringe. That battle was cringe.
no, it's worse. It's worse. I'm proud of myself for coming up with this. But the dialogue that one of these random trainers would come up with, who is labeled as a Gen Z kid, would be, "Wow, trainer, that battle was straight bussin' for real, no cap."
Busted for real, no cap. Yeah.
I kept waiting for that shit to pop up, and I'm like, please,
That's what they should
no.
have done with Clive. They should have made him like very awkwardly say the most Gen Z shit that they could possibly think of. Like yes, your performance against Team Star has been very bussin' for real, no cap, as the kids would say.
Not bussing. You gotta add the
Bussing,
T.
bussing, for real, no cap.
That would have been funny, but like, I don't know. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, but
Also,
let's.
I love how everybody just fucking tattletaled on Clavel for having a cool battle. I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know there was a rule against battling in the schoolyard. Second of all,
Oh
everybody
no,
just
they
fucking
mentioned it when
tattles on Clavel.
you and Nimona get to school and she wants to battle like always, and the director's like, "Well, no, you can't do that. There's rules against battling on school grounds."
Oh, okay, and
Like
then
right at
Clavel
the
breaks his
beginning of the
own
game.
rules.
I do like how someone was a big fucking snitch on the director and was like, "Hey yo, what's her name? Time. Hey yo, Miss
Saw the
Time.
principal having a Pokemon battle
Hey
with
yo, Miss
him.
Time. This bitch battling out here."
Hey,
Hey yo, bitch, this battling out here.
bro, I like feel bad for how bad I sweep Nimona because like I wasn't expecting it to be a full six sweep. I'm like, she has to have something that's gonna stop the momentum here. It just took like two or three bulk ups, and I
Oh,
just
see, that's
fucking
the other thing. I play like a
destroyed her.
12-year-old. I play like a 12-year-old child. All of my moves are attacking moves.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, understandable.
No
I'm
status, no status, no nothing. The only
nah,
status was on Sarah Ledge with Will-O-Wisp, but I never used it, so.
I'm competitive pilled.
Oh, I'm not. If
First
I
of all,
need it, if I
I was
need a
running
competitive build, I'm working on that now because I do plan on putting out like instead of random battles on Showdown, actual like, hey,
build a
go build,
team.
go build a team. I have my team ready. Come fight me on, come fight me in the Paldea region, and I'm gonna do a best 2 out of 3 on YouTube for it. So like, I'm working on it now. I'm trying to figure out how to get technician on Mousehold,
Fair, but yeah,
but
I'm
I don't.
competitive pilled, so I'm used to using status and especially setup. Like, I love setup. I love doing hyper offense and competitive, where I just like have a Pokemon that sets up Sword Stance and fucking goes wild. So I got Sword Stance on my Sarah Ledge. I got Bulk Up on my fucking Quackquavel, which I was pissed that I didn't have it for the whole time because my Quackquavel had a work up for like the whole game, which like is a shitty setup move because it only gives you +1 and it doesn't boost your defense. Because I thought for some reason I had checked the Bulk Up TM and Quackquavel couldn't learn it, but I was just wrong, and I realized that like right before the Pokemon League.
Oof.
So I did eventually give him bulk up, and then I just bulk up setup in front of Nemona's Lycanroc, and then just fucking steamrolled her entire fucking party.
Yeah.
Like it was like this climactic battle. All the characters are watching. Nemona's like, finally, I can fight you at my best, and then I just I'm like, duck, go, and then he just fucking annihilates her. All the dialogue between Penny, Arvin, and Nimona in the Area Zero while you're just walking around is so great too.
Oh yeah, I love the little banter that they were doing. It was great.
The only thing that pissed me off about it is that I couldn't open my menu while they were talking. It's like I
Yeah,
can
but
move, I can battle, but I can't open my fucking menu. Like why?
I like how our default conversation is Pokemon.
Listen, this happened. We're Pokemon fans. It happens. I love it too. I love just like talking about the new Pokemon game. This is the welcome to I nerd out about the podcast that I like hour for a second. Some of my favorites of the Procrastinators podcast, which is a show I talk about all the time, being one of my all time favorites, is like there were like two like mainline Pokemon game release cycles that were going on while PCP was in its prime. They were around for the Sun and Moon release cycle, and they were around for the Sword and Shield release cycle. And just they talked like a shit ton about Sword and Shield, especially. There were like fucking 4 episodes where they talked about Sword and Shield because they were doing formless casts by the time Sword and Shield came out, and every time they were doing a fucking formless cast, they would all just end up talking about Pokemon. They also they did an episode about Sun and Moon when it came out when they were doing topics. They did a Sun and Moon episode, and it's like one of my favorite podcasts I've ever heard. And it's actually I re-listened to it, and that's what inspired me to start playing Ultra Moon that I was playing a while ago. So podcasts talking about the new Pokemon, I love it, and I'm glad to do it. So that's why I do it all the time because new Pokemon's always good.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at fucking lawyer man whose name I've already forgotten because I'm only looking at the one with just his eyes.
Tim Misney.
Tim Misney. He makes them pay. You know
No,
it.
no, 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 no. It's he makes them pay. That's his tag. That was his tagline, or still it. I don't know. I don't even know if his tagline still exists. I haven't seen. He had commercials like everywhere too.
Really funny.
Yeah, he's an Ohio man.
Ohio man.
But all right. I think this is a good point to wrap it up. Don't you
Sounds
think?
good to me. Yeah. Where can they find you on
You can
the
find.
internet?
I almost plugged this goddamn podcast. You can find me
Hey,
on
Detour
my
Ahead fans, check
podcast.
out Detour Ahead.
Check out our other episodes. We have a lot of episodes where, if this is your first time listening, welcome. We should probably say that at the beginning. We have a lot of episodes out, decent amount.
Yeah.
Go listen to them. Every episode has its little charm to it. Yeah, you can find me on Detour Ahead, this podcast. You can find me on PVH. We mentioned that earlier,
Oh,
Pokemon Variety Hour. I'll plug that this time because I'm on a 3-week streak and I'm probably gonna break it next week.
yeah.
I mean,
Sad.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break that. I'm gonna break that 3-week streak anyway because
Vacation. So even if you keep going for one or two more,
I can
eventually the
only go
vacation.
for one more because after
Yeah.
work on the 16th on Friday the 16th, I have to go straight to mom and dad's.
Fuck.
So yeah, I'll only have a streak of 4, but I do show up occasionally. Usually it's only once a month, but I've been trying to show up a little more often. It all depends on work. I have a YouTube channel that I upload weekly on Saturdays. Go check it out. It is Colochu, and I post funny things to Twitter. I think it's funny. People don't think it's funny, but I think it's funny. So that's Colochu54. So go check it out.
Well, there you go, gamers. You can check me out in a bunch of places. I guess if you just want to like follow me on Twitter, do it at Riely Tweets. There's other shit, but the main thing is the Issue Crew podcast. Check it out. It's a podcast and YouTube channel where me and 6 of my closest internet friends we do a podcast every week where various combinations of us 7 we pick a topic and we talk about it. Pretty cool. check it out at anchor.fm/issuecrew, where you can find the links to the Spotify and Apple podcast pages, or you can just search them on those platforms as well. If you want to check us out on YouTube, you can do that at youtube.com/@theissuecrew.
And that is
Getting
it
the at symbol,
for
by the way, not the word at. just to be clear.
the eighth circle.
A circle, that's right.
Well, thank you for listening to another Detour Ahead episode. I have been Colo from the podcast Detour Ahead.
And I've been Riely for the podcast The Issue Crew.
Oh, you got to do Detour Ahead too, because it would be funny.
Hello,
Anyway.
Colo from podcast Detour Ahead. Hello, Riely from podcast also Detour Ahead. All right,
Anyway.
see you next time, gamers.
Bye.